In this session, you find out how long I've been awake and what the physiological effects of that really is. Coming. Hey there, Jed Coburnis here from jedcoburnis.com, and welcome to Talk Therapy. It's a tool that I use to get past my analytical mind and to get to know myself better. I never really premeditate or think about what I'm going to record. I just hit record, and that's the point. So here we are. It's Monday morning. I survived the weekend of 29 hours straight. So I was awake for 29 hours straight on Saturday. It was nuts. Woke up at around 6:30. Probably closer to 5, or 6, but you know, it just had to be. I had EMT lab in Fargo, North Dakota, and then it was on top of that, or after that, that was from 8:30 to 4:30, and then I had a ride along from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And it was pure adrenaline all day because it was cool, right? Like, lab wasn't real intense, but it was still good to get the reps in, putting your oropharyngeal airway in, putting your nasal pharyngeal airway in. One-way non-rebreather mask, hook it up a nasal cannula. You know, just some basic stuff, but still needed, right? What's the best way you're gonna get good at something? Is you just keep practicing and practicing and practicing. It's all prepping us anyway, prepping the students to pass the national exam, the national registry. So it was nuts, right? Like 7 p.m., get on the truck, actually showed up, and they're like, "Oh, are you the ride-along guy?" "Yeah." "All right, well, they're on the way out already." You're like, "Oh, okay, thanks." I had to grab my Monster energy drink. I only had one from the fridge that I left from earlier that day, and so I didn't really need it during the day. And then my 2 yogurts. It was like, so I grabbed those, and we're heading out, and we get in the truck, and it's two gals, two women. Like, these are some badass women, dude. Like, they know what they're doing. They're confident. They're caring. They're through the roof, right, for care. And they just show, like, this is what being a paramedic is. This is exactly what it is. And it was awesome. Like, it was a good night. I had 8 patient contacts, which I need 10, but I can get those done, you know, at home here between Warroad and Roseau, so it'll be good. But it was a lot of fun. But as far as like physiological effects of being awake for 29 hours, like, I'm still feeling it today. It's Monday, and you know, yesterday I was like in and out of consciousness pretty much. I slept on the way home in the back of the car, but it really wasn't good sleep. So that might have been, you know, 2.5 hours of solid sleep. And then I get home and we're unloading and just lethargic, right? And anytime I sat down, it was just like, you know. But I think that's the point. I really do. I think that's the point of, like, there's another empathy fact right there. Fun fact of empathy is if you work overnights and you aren't getting the proper amount of sleep, the proper amount of movement, activity, exercise, eating healthy. I mean, my mom used to work midnight to 8. And then it was 4 to midnight, and then it was days. I mean, she worked in a warehouse, right? Most of my life, my mom has worked nights. So I get it now. Like, I completely understand. I don't know how she functioned. I suppose it was just pick yourself up and do it because your family needs the income. But also knowing that, do you really need it? Like if it doesn't make you happy, if it doesn't align with who you truly are as a person, then I don't think you need it. It just comes down to being in alignment with yourself. What does that look like? What does that look like for you? But yeah, so 29 hours being awake. Haven't done that since college, right? College is about 10 years ago. That's when I graduated. Well, maybe about 9.5 years ago. But nonetheless, I mean, in the class too, which is really funny, is I think there's one other dude close to my age, not even as old. I mean, I'm not even that old. 32, very young. The rest of these kids are 17 all the way up to 24, and they're not really kids. It's just interesting. Very interesting. It's very interesting to know that there are people out there who stay up for days at a time. Days. How do you do that? Like, I know you get conditioned to it, but your brain will shut down. It will have to. And when you have like microseconds of sleep like that, when it shuts down, what if your job is highly stressful and every moment counts? Would you want to be sleeping on it? Like if you were in the military and you've been awake for days, I mean, how do you guys do that? I just don't get it. You guys and gals, right? Like, that's amazing. Lots of coffee, I suppose. I had that one energy drink too. Like it's a little crazy, yeah. So I got home, it was crabby, right? It was crabby. But I feel like I did better than what I would have, because I had it in my mind yesterday morning that I was not going to be crabby because of this experience, right? Like I wasn't going to completely just go, oh yeah, right, I was up for 29 hours. Like, cut me some slack. I don't think I said that once yesterday. And that's what I put in my head, was I'm not going to let this affect my day. Now, did it because of like, once I sat down, I fell asleep? Yes. But if, one of the kids came by and wanted to play and do that, yeah, I got up and did something, right? Like I tried. Versus going, no, go away, I'm tired. It was like, okay, let's go do this. And then it was only for a few minutes, because it's kind of how a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old are. We do this for a few minutes, do this for a few minutes, do this for a few minutes, do this for a few minutes. And then when, before you know it, a whole hour's gone by, or 2 hours, whatever it is. And then you're like, oh, that was a day. But that's what it is. You gotta choose every day a way to be. Like I chose yesterday morning not to let being awake that long affect my day, and I wasn't gonna even bring it up unless somebody's like, hey, how many hours of sleep do you, or how many hours, or did you get any sleep? Something like that, right? You're like, nope. So did I let it show? Probably a little bit. But I didn't want it to. Not that I wanted to bottle it up either, but it was just, I didn't want that to affect my day. Because my kids and my wife, they don't deserve that. They don't deserve to be, that to be taken out on them. It's my choice to be going through this, my job is asking me, and it's required for me to have somewhat of a scope and a license, so it's required for me to have that. Plus, I mean, there's a lot of want on my end too, like the EMT. It's awesome. Like the information that I'm going through is relevant information for life, I think. To just know CPR, to know basic life skills, right? I mean, like, if you can save a life one time, right? Completely worth it. And especially when you can save your own family's life. You know, and there's not much education wrapped around, like, I mean, there is, you can take a choking class or whatever, but just having the level head to see your own child choking and being able to get whatever it is out. It's happened how many times already? Samuel takes the biggest ass bites, and then all of a sudden he's just, right? He just sits there and gives you that, okay, I'm freaking choking face, and a few back blows, a few chest, you know, you gotta get pushed into the stomach and back to the back. There you go. But that's how it works. It's a ton of fun. I don't recommend being awake for 29 hours every day of the week. Hell, not that many. Sorry. Not that many times a year, even. Right? Maybe quarterly. That'd be my professional recommendation. At most, 4 times a year, being awake, you know, more than 24 hours. Like, your body just is so messed up. Like, my brain, I can tell, is not firing on all cylinders today. Well, that partly because I'm sick too, right? Like, I caught a cold just before the weekend. Well, that didn't help. But that's all right. It's a good day. It's going to be a great day. It already is a great day. Today is the best day of my life. If you're looking for a system, right, that will give you the confidence to do what you want, when you want to do it, I got it for you. Comment info below. Personal message me, direct message me. However you communicate with people, send it my way. And as always, if you're willing to change from the neck up, you will change from the neck down. I believe in you. Now it's your turn to start believing in yourself. Stay safe out there. Be blessed.